So, hey, George, I was just at the NCAA tournament, Athens, Georgia. The doubles is exciting. I mean, it's exciting because it's no ad, it's one set. And man, I saw some of the best coaches in the country just paranoid. Roland Thornquist at Florida, Jeff at Vanderbilt, and Manny Diaz and Sam Paul at North Carolina, Manny Diaz at Georgia, and they're going at it because they want that doubles point because when you split singles 3-3, 4-3, someone wins. You know what I mean? So the doubles point has some value. Now, what's amazing in the doubles, they're all over the place. Some come in, some stay back. I posted the number one, I think on a Facebook post, I posted the number one team from Ohio State playing the number one team from Virginia and got a lot of feedback about, hey, man, what are these guys doing double back?
No, my favorite is what has happened to doubles. That was the reply.
Yeah.
What has happened to doubles? Because obviously at that level, the coaches that are there, they have no clue, right? And the fact that they're two back, doesn't that tell you?
Yeah,
in some cases they were two back, not always, but a lot they were two back. But being two back, doesn't that tell you what happened to doubles?
Yeah, exactly. So number three guy at UVA, Carl. I mean, when he came to the net, the other team they would make him play too many volleys.
Yeah.
And so you've missed some volleys. I mean, the ground stroke penetration is huge now. So
it's a different game.
Yeah. So doubles has actually become even more strategic as a result of that. For example, UVA may have this kid Carl who plays number three. He's playing number one doubles, number three singles, one doubles with Luke, who's a big boy, Lucas, and Carl's got a great forehand. So Carl plays deuce side. He gets to hit some forehands. When Carl is serving to the ad side, they play Australian, whatever you want to call it. Now they return back. Carl gets to hit a forehand. So if a kid has a dominant forehand or a dominant backhand or whatever the most dominant stroke is, if you can put him in a position to hit that 8 times more in a set, you're in pretty good shape. No different than the NBA. LeBron, you're trying to get him his spots and so forth.
But in that situation, in what I think, when that kid sets up, boy or girl, on that big ball, forehand or backhand, the opponent knows, oops, I just gave him the wrong ball. I gave her the wrong ball. So then you see a little bit of backpedaling. Their toes may point at the sky because they're back on their heels. So when you say hit 4 or 5 balls, sometimes it's only one.
Sure.
Right. It's just they're looking for that one ball, and their opponent knows that's all they need.
Exactly.
So, but just tell me more about at that level, at that high stakes. By the way, big money involved in this.
Correct.
Right? A lot of money involved in it. Why they play two back and not conventional doubles like everybody who was replying wants to do?
Let's reverse engineer it. Okay. Some of these coaches at this level, $25,000 bonuses and up for winning national championships. So that doubles is important. So why are they playing double back? Well, they want to win the doubles.
So hey,
I want to win the doubles. And I heard Paul Costin at VCU say, hey, just don't complain to me after the match. Do whatever it takes to win. I don't care what formation you got to play. If you got to put your partner on the bench and you play by yourself, just win the doubles point. So you reverse engineer it. Hey, we got to win the doubles. So college coaches I found to be the most creative because they spend a lot of time on this and they analyze it. So they develop so there's more creativity going on in college coaching than there is on the pro tour. So for example, this year I coached a college team and we played two back on the serve and they served and volleyed together. And that wasn't an original idea. I got it from Craig Tiley, who coached Illinois to a national championship. I saw the Illinois, I don't know if it's a 2 or 3 team, they played double back on the serve, and they served and volleyed together. And by that player that would have been at the net in normal doubles, this player actually had greater range because he had forward momentum. Mm-hmm. So the end justifies the means, reverse engineer. That's why they play double back. They play double back to win, or they play one up, one back. I mean, it's some of the most creative situations I saw were at the NCAA tournament here in Athens, Georgia.
So do you think? Look, we talk about right time, right place. So we'll go as a college coach. You tell me that hey, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to practice on this formation or this method, and this is what we're going to do.
Right.
And then you show up, and every match is different. Every opponent is different. So isn't the goal to be able to adapt based on what's on the other side of the net? Or do you show up and go, and I'm asking, hey guys, I'm just letting you know, I have no clue, which we all do know before we start. I have no clue what their ability is, but we're going to do two back. We're going to serve and volley. Yeah. We're going to line them conventional. Or do you just adapt based on who you're getting ready to play?
Certainly both. But at the college level, there's a lot of scouting that goes on the other team. A lot of scouting. They knew who's playing what side, what the tendency was, and so forth. I had an example one time. We were playing Duke, and the Florida coach at the time was Andy Jackson. Andy calls me the day before Duke. Can I call you right after the match? And I said, sure, because I just want to, get some details. So he calls me right after the match. He goes, okay, like at one doubles, Ludovic's playing the due side, right? And I go, yeah. He goes, now he's taking big swings on the first balls, right? And on the second ball, he's just chipping it back. And I go, yeah, Andy. And I was thinking the whole time, maybe I should have called Andy before the match. Yeah. But point being is, at this highest level, again, reverse engineer it, prestige for your school, keeping your job because coaches get fired at the highest level, bonus money. They want to win the doubles. There's a lot of scouting going on, and there are adjustments or considerations for adjustments based on your opponents.
Right. Yeah. So, but now should this come? Because let's face it, in the collegiate world, at one point in time, they were juniors.
Yes.
Right? At some point in time.
Sure.
So at what point do you start thinking about the different? Like in high school, which we did only because I would get bored.
Yeah.
Right. So we would do the Australian, the I formation. This is at the high school level. But at what point do you start teaching them? Because we do know from an international standpoint, they're learning differently from a double standpoint than what we learn in a lot of cases here in America. Correct?
Correct. Yeah.
In the input?
Yeah. Well, pretty much they're all horrible by the time before they get to college. Very rare do you have a really good doubles player. And what I mean good is by someone who can go out there and just win, and someone who can be successful and win with a variety of people. So the nice thing about a lot of the international players is they know that they're crummy in doubles, so they avoid the net, stay back, and they learn how to play. It's a progression. They learn how to play team singles first. Hey, you get that ball and I'll get this ball, and we're just going to stay. We're going to stay back and keep it in play until we figure out this thing.
Right.
And they'll say, hey, no need to go to the net because we know that we're crummy there. Now, maybe more American kids, they play a little bit more. But certainly I just find that as they get to the college level, they, depending on coach and so forth, is you just got to simplify it, which is when you go to play doubles, there's 6 situations. And we've played doubles together before. You're going to serve to the deuce side and you're going to serve to the ad side. I'm going to serve to the deuce side and I'm going to serve to the ad side. I'm going to return on the deuce side, and you're going to return to the ad side. So we need to develop patterns like when you and I played. No, that's horrible. I'm talking about us playing. That would be a bad example.
Well, there were no patterns.
There was no patterns. We talked a lot on the crossover. So that's a bad example. But sometimes you'll have a team. You got a great returner, and they can dip, and then you got someone up there at the net that can really track the ball. So one of those 6 points, that's a good formation. Now, if you got someone that can't volley, someone that's timid and so forth, that development thing, that sounds really good. Let's develop your doubles. But when I'm playing for bonus money...
Yes, so you're not forcing it. You're not forcing it.
No.
But what you're describing is are you working on your weaknesses or are you working on your strengths at that level?
Hey, look, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to compete to win conference championships at the college level. And I'm trying to win. Yeah, that's nice to work on your weaknesses and so forth. But today we're trying to win, and this is what I got. So if I got a girl with a big backhand, a boy with a big forehand, or I got someone with a big serve. I mean, like, hey, I tell you what, if you can get back there and you can hit serves and doubles that don't come back, now you don't need to worry about team chemistry. You don't need to have the girl or the boy tracking the ball up at the net. It's like you're in a pit and you're fighting. I mean, you're going to go with whatever you got. That's your strength, all in. Unless someone has a weakness that can be exploited through proper scouting. So DUBS is crazy. It's all on the map. I think it's very, very creative at the college level, and these coaches should get a lot of credit for it. They spend a lot of time thinking about it.
Well, but it is one of these things though where they do get a lot of credit when they win.
Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, when you lose, not so good. DUBS, you gotta love it.